problem. Right. Namaste, everyone. Let's start with our 3 ohms. Take a slow, deep breath. If you remember what we did yesterday, full breath. Right. So I hope all of you who are here today were also here yesterday. So you've got the basics right. But if anybody has had any problems with logging in yesterday and today and haven't got the basics right, you may ask me so that wherever we start from, it's clearer to everybody. The Shwaskosh Shuddhi Kriya, the basic technique, the basic point in this is when we exhale, when we throw out the air that is there in our lungs, in one shot, even if we feel we have thrown everything out, like a huff, and you feel you've thrown everything out, but if you wait, if you just hang on for another couple of seconds, you'll find that there is still more air to huff out. That is the basic idea, the basic premise on which this whole system has been created. The exhales can be very long, and when we do this huff, you exhale one shot, stop, relax your belly, exhale again with your mouth. Very simple. Easing your stomach is the important thing. So the more your stomach is at ease, the better will this happen. With every subsequent exhale, you are accessing parts of the lungs which you may not be normally accessing, or you are emptying parts of the lung or lungs which you may normally not be emptying. So that is the number one thing. Number two, as you go deeper, you will be able to actually push out phlegm that is collected in different parts of the lungs. That way, naturally, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide will be much better in your lungs, and that will impact your breath quality. Yes, I think I'll mute everybody. If anybody wishes to say something, you may unmute yourselves. Right. So are we clear as far as the basics are concerned? Shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's start with what we have done yesterday. You take a slow, deep breath in. Keep your belly very relaxed. Keeping your belly very relaxed always is extremely important. If you keep your tongue at the roof of your mouth, that is also very good, touching the roof of your mouth. So take a slow, deep breath in. Stomach very relaxed. And then when you feel you've got a full breath, you go, stop. Again. Stop. Again. Stop. Again. So pay attention to the sounds that come from your lungs. Sometimes, like you may have noticed just now, the first half there was very little sound, but in the second and third half there was a bit of a whistling kind of a sound. This is your lung saying that there is stuff that needs to be thrown out. That is what your lung is telling you. So don't worry about that too much. Just keep doing this. One cycle, maybe 3-4 huffs, maybe more. Do not push yourselves. Only go as far as your body allows, as long as you are comfortable. When your body feels no, it's not working, it's not too good, then slow down, ease it. So try again, please. Everybody take a slow, deep breath in. And then open your mouth wide, fully open, and go. Stop. Again. Stop. And again. Stop. And again. Yeah. So you may add a little pressure, but don't add too much pressure, at least not initially. Let it happen like a very gentle move from the belly area. So your belly is as if compressing, pushing the breath, and it's coming out. And keep it gentle, at least for starters. As you go deeper, as you understand better, as your body is able to take more pressure, you may add a little more pressure then. But build it slowly. Don't go all out the first day. Don't go all out the second day. So 4 or 5 cycles of huff. You huff, stop, no intake of breath, ease your stomach, huff again. Stop, ease your stomach, huff again. So you can do it 3, 4 times. Sometimes, depending on how you are, how relaxed you are, you may actually be able to do it many more times. But again, do not set a goal for yourself that I need to do it 5 times or 7 times. Don't do that. At least not initially. Initially, just follow your body. Listen to your body. That is important. So come on, everybody, try. Maybe do 2 or 3 cycles and then share with me what you have experienced. Yeah, I keep, like a container like this, like a spittoon. So whatever cough comes up, I clear my throat and I go into the spittoon. Yes, very good. Clear your throat. When you get this cough, please clear your throat. And then throw it into a container, a bowl, or a spittoon. Otherwise, you'll have to get up and walk to the bathroom and so on. Once again, slow, deep breath in. Stop again. Stop again. Stop again. Stop again. Stop again. And then a slow, deep breath in. And when you do the slow, deep breath in, you might feel something in your throat. If you do, you go, this is how I do it. I keep a handkerchief. I go, out. I'm sorry. Doesn't look very pretty, but we are not trying to look pretty. So we are trying to clear our lungs. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't look pretty. Now, when you are doing the huff, notice my expression. You will notice that there isn't too much pressure. It's not as if I'm adding a lot of pressure, at least not in the initial huffs. Maybe in the last 1 or 2, I might add a little pressure. You might see it on my face. But in my first couple of huffs, it's fairly relaxed. Please observe. In breath. I'm sorry. So very simple. Do this a few times. When you get the hang of it, I'll add a little more refinements to what you are doing. So please go ahead. Do it and please share with me what you experience. Every little bit of phlegm that your body is able to throw out helps you to breathe better.
I can share my experience, Rajesh ji.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So I'm not able to throw out any phlegm. I think it's probably because I don't have any phlegm, so I'm okay with
Yes.
that. My body doesn't really generate a lot. I mean, I do generate a lot of mucus from my nose at times, but
Okay.
that's not regular. But between yesterday and today, yesterday I was able to throw out my air probably about 3 times.
Hmm.
Today I'm able to do 5 times pretty
Okay.
much, and the fifth time is very little, but I can
Hmm.
see that it's improving.
Hmm.
So I'm very happy about it. I'm able to do it. I think I've got a hang of it.
Hmm.
Um, I do have one quick question for you. There are two
Hmm.
questions. One
Hmm.
is I have a problem of running out of breath very quickly when I'm jogging or running. So will this help with that as well, like increasing the lung capacity?
Hmm.
And the second question is, how many times do you expect us to do this in a day, right? I mean, should we do it like 4 or 5 times in a day, or uh,
Hmm.
just in the morning is okay?
Yeah. So I'll answer your last question first. Do it as many times as you feel your breath needs to be cleared or your lungs need to be cleared. If there is a lot of phlegm and you are troubled too much, you may do it a few times. Doesn't matter. But one setting or one sitting, you do one half, the cycle is 4, 5, 6 breaths, and then a new breath in, right? So that is one cycle. You do about 15 of these over time, not initially. Initially maybe just 4 or 5 times. Let your body build up the ability to handle this, because I'm sorry, because each individual body is different, each individual is doing it differently. So if you are doing something wrong or if you're adding too much pressure and so on, I do not want it to be exacerbated, I don't want it to be increased too much. So go slowly, understand, because it's a new practice for you. You need to understand, your body needs to understand, and then you need to find the golden mean, the ideal way of doing it. We need to put pressure, but not so much pressure that the body starts rebelling, hurting, not liking, and so on. So do it, build it up slowly over time, come up to 15 breaths, 15 cycles. You do that once a day, that's good. If you do it twice a day, that's excellent. But important thing is to be on a near empty stomach. Mornings, it's easy because you've not had breakfast so far, hopefully. So it's easy to be on an empty stomach. But later, it may be a little difficult. Just keep this observation, just keep this thing, and you should be good. I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry that I didn't see your name.
Yeah, that was Saurabh. Yeah.
Saurabh Srivastav. Yeah.
No, I've tried to keep my. I'm actually in US, so for me it's late in the evening.
Okay.
But I've tried to keep my tummy relatively empty.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I had my food like 3 hours back, so I tried to
Okay,
ensure.
that's fair. Yeah, 3 hours is okay. As long as it wasn't a very heavy meal, you'll do fine.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you do
Uh,
this once a day, great. You do this twice a day, wonderful. But then when you find that your lungs have become relatively free of phlegm, your breathing has improved substantially, you don't have to do it twice. In fact, you don't even have to do it every day. Do it now for some time, do it every day so that your body knows what to do, how to do, etc. You get the hang of it. And then later, depending on how your lungs are, or whether you've got a cold, or whether there is a buildup of phlegm. For example, now people may be noticing whoever is catching COVID, or whoever is getting infected with this COVID thing, their bodies tend to produce a lot more phlegm than otherwise. So even if you are not a phlegm kind of person, the mucus kind of person, but if you've had a run-in with COVID recently, chances are there is a little bit of buildup there. Remember, COVID hits the lungs, and once it hits the lungs, there is a lot of production of phlegm. People even go towards pneumonia, or fluids in the lungs, and that can be very, very troubling. So if you understand this Shwasko Shuddhi Kriya, if you practice it regularly, even if you catch COVID and you continue doing this gently, if you catch COVID, don't push it too much, because when when COVID hits the lungs, it creates what is called fibrosis. Fibrosis means your the tissue becomes a little hard. So we don't want to push it so much that we can injure ourselves. So build it slowly. Listen to your body, go gently, get the practice under control in your system, internalized so well, so that even when later somebody gets it, you get it, you can do it and share it with those who might need it. The idea is everybody should be able to improve their lung health, so that even other than COVID, pollution and all that drama that goes on, all that trouble that comes to the lungs, gets somewhat ameliorated, somewhat improved. So that is what we do. Okay, let's continue with our breath. Slow,
So for
deep.
the second,
Yeah.
okay, I apologize.
Vishwanath
That's
was there.
great. I had a second question that I don't
Yes.
have a lot of phlegm. So what other benefits I
Oh, very good. Even if you don't have a lot of phlegm, the first benefit is that you exchange a lot of the stale air which may be sitting there for years, who knows. Your lung is the size of a tennis court. The surface area inside your lungs is the size of a tennis court. That's a huge amount of surface area. Now, if we shallow breathe, as we normally do, most do, naturally there are parts of the lungs which are not being accessed or being exchanged, or they're not seeing the exchange of air on a regular basis. So when we do this, you are doing this exchange more easily, more often, and so on. That's number one. Number two, lungs have a thing called elasticity. It is the elasticity of the lungs which makes it expand, contract, expand, contract. When we don't breathe well regularly, when we lead a sedentary lifestyle, this elasticity reduces. So we need to bring back this elasticity. How do we bring back this elasticity? Sports, exercises, aerobic stuff, and of course, exercises like these, like the one we are doing, pranayam, different kinds of pranayam. All of them will help you bring back elasticity of the lungs. Right. I hope that answers your question, Saurabhji. Mr. Srivastav, Saurabh Srivastav.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I was muted.
Right. Anybody else?
Hey, this is Vishwanath from Bangalore.
Yes.
Sir, I was able to do the practice, but the problem is yesterday I did not get any phlegm, but today I'm getting a sense that there are some phlegm
Yes.
in the neck, but it is
Yes.
not coming out.
So you maybe put a handkerchief here. Go.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
You clear it this way, and then you put a handkerchief just so that if sometimes there is a little bit of
Sure. Okay.
yeah, that may fly around. So we just want to be a little more hygienic. So handkerchief
Okay.
helps.
Thank you.
Or if you don't have a handkerchief, you may even keep your hands here and so on, just to be a little
Yesterday
more
it did
hygienic.
not produce, but today I'm able to see that there are some phlegms coming.
So, like I said, the lungs are the size of a tennis court. The surface area of the lungs is equal to a tennis court. That's a huge amount of surface area. So there are parts of the lungs which are not being accessed normally. Vishwanath ji, you look a little cynical, but yeah, you can do an online search, you'll get the answer. The surface area inside the lungs is equal to a tennis court. Okay. We need to be able to access the whole, to be, see, if nature has made it like this, nature doesn't do anything just for the sake of it. Every single thing that's there in the body, the way it is there, it's because nature thinks it's going to help us. That's why it is there. So we need to be able to access our lungs better, and to be able to exchange the air there better. We must have the elasticity so that we can breathe better, exchange the lungs, the air better, and so on. I hope that answers your question, Vishwanath ji.
Yeah. The last question is, do we need to sit in Siddhasana or Vajrasana? Or
I prefer to sit in Vajrasan. When I do many of these breath work kriyas, I prefer to sit in Vajrasan. One reason is, when we sit in Vajrasan, this stomach area in particular tends to get less pressure, because your back is straight and your stomach doesn't get that, the little slouching that happens it doesn't get that. So you breathe better, you do your breath work better. So there is a Google form. If you have interest in any other kind of breath work, please fill that form, put your WhatsApp details, number, and I'll get in touch with you. One thing I'm going to share with everybody here is the belly breathing technique. Belly breathing is very important for everybody. And no matter what kind of breath work, no matter what pranayam, etc. you do, you must learn belly breathing, and you must take it to a deeper level. So I'll share that with you initially, and then more.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If anyone else has a question or something, we can address that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Rajesh ji, I have a question.
Yes.
Your
name is?
My name is Karuna Gopal. I'm speaking from Hyderabad.
Yes.
I joined in a little late, so I want to know if I have missed out anything, or is it the same practice we are doing as what we did yesterday?
Yes. For the present, we are just doing what we did yesterday, because there may be some new participants here, number one. Yesterday was your first day, so maybe you've not got the practice very well established in your system. So we are reinforcing that. We have 10 days, so we don't have to rush anything. We can go slowly. We can address our doubts, our queries, our questions. But the important thing is, learn the basics right. If the basics are right, whatever else we come up with, whatever refinements we come up with later, it will be easier to internalize.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Anyone else?
Well, I'm Deepak. Yesterday I was asking the same question.
Yes.
But अभी हो रहा है, second time हुआ, but हमारा कोई phlegm नहीं आ रहा है.
अच्छा, कोई बात नहीं.
But I hope ये ठीक ही हो रहा है. बस सेकंड टाइम बहुत कम कर पाते हैं, जरा सा वो
धीरे ठीक हो जाएगा दीपक जी, डोंट वरी. जैसे आपका एक्सरसाइज, आपका ब्रेथ, आपका बॉडी इसको एक्सेप्ट करेगा, यू विल बी एबल टू डू मोर.
और ये बेली ब्रीदिंग आप बाद में बताएंगे एक सेशन?
ये बेली ब्रीदिंग का मैं वीडियो भेज दूंगा, बिकॉज वी आर फोकस्ड ऑन श्वास को शुद्धि क्रिया. सो आई डोंट वांट टू डाइल्यूट दैट मेन एस्पेक्ट. वी वांट टू वर्क ऑन द श्वास को शुद्धि क्रिया. ओके. बेली ब्रीदिंग, आई विल सेंड यू द वीडियो सो यू कैन वॉच इट लेटर.
ओके.
Good morning, Ji. I am Jayanti Narayanan from Mumbai.
Yes.
I could not sit down as I got knee problem. I am sitting in a chair and doing. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's okay. Perfect.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Yesterday I could not join. Today only I have joined.
Okay. So have you understood the basics about the huffing technique? Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, when we do the huffing technique, one thing is try to stay as relaxed as possible. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, when you exhale the air, try to exhale from the lowest portion you can. So the lower belly, underbelly, pelvic area, Mooladhar, that area. Try to expel the air from there.
Yeah.
Gently. Please do not add too much pressure for now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Sir.
Yes.
I had a mucus cyst operation in the throat.
Okay.
Because of that one, my total shoulder blade is hardened. My this diaphragm is not able to contract and open.
Okay.
That's why I am facing a lot of difficulties.
Okay.
Still I am managing.
So the belly breathing technique, I'll share the video with you. Belly breathing will help you immensely. So the first thing, as far as your diaphragm is concerned, if you allow your belly to be relaxed, Just relax it. Just let it go out. You know, problem with modern life is everybody tells you to tuck in your belly. Everyone says pull it in. No, don't pull it in. Why must you pull it in? You pull it in because you want to look good. Rather than look good, you need to feel good. So you need to change your thinking. Get out of the looking good, get into the feeling good. Archita ji says, I have umbilical hernia. Can I do this practice? I'm not a doctor, Archita ji, so I will not give medical advice. Please refer to your doctor, speak to your doctor, show them what we are learning here, what we are doing here. And if your doctors say it's okay to do it, I think doing it gently should not be a problem. But anyway, please ask your doctor. Archita ji, I hope that's clear. Right, anyone else? Anyone else?
One last question.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Can you just demonstrate once again?
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
just once.
Yeah. So when we do the huffing technique, the basic point is you take a slow, deep breath in, slow, so that the air goes to different parts of your lungs. Your lungs are huge. Like I said, the surface area is huge. It has 5 lobes. So it's like 5 different rooms in a sense, 5 lobes in the lungs. So we want to be able to access the whole of the lungs and then expel as much as we can. So slow, deep breath in, relax your belly. And then you open your mouth wide and go. Stop. Relax the belly. Again. Stop. Relax the belly. Stop. Relax the belly. Stop. Relax the belly. That's it. Very simple. When we exhale, we try to exhale from the lowest portion. We try to exhale from the lowest portion and we push that up along. If you can push it up along the spine, wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah,
Rajesh.
Rajesh, ji, one thing. When
Ji.
you take the breath, exhaling is at least 4 to 5 times, depending on your capacity.
Ji.
That's how
Ji.
it goes, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You're most welcome.
I want to ask you one question.
Yes, please.
Asthma, people suffering from asthma,
Asthma. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
they can do this practice.
Yeah. They can do it. But again, it is meant to be for people who have breath issues, because the more you are able to clear, the better will be your breath.
Yeah.
However, if your body is saying something, if your body is reacting in any way, please ask your doctor.
Okay.
Build the practice gently. Do not go too much, too heavily, too strongly, too aggressively into the practice. Build it slowly. Observe what your body says. See what your body is doing, how well it is responding, and then build it slowly. See, there's no reason why it should hurt you. Breathing, how can breathing more or breathing better hurt any condition in the body? However, I do not say this because medical advice may be contrary sometimes, and I do not wish to say anything, do anything that goes against medical advice. Otherwise, it's a very, very dangerous world out there. Any one of you can say, no, I taught you the wrong thing. You can take me to court. And instead of being an agent of change to help people, I will be embroiled in things that I do not wish to be embroiled, and for which I have neither resources nor time nor ability. So therefore, I give you this caution or this condition. You have to take responsibility for your health.
Sure.
I am not responsible for your health.
Sure.
I'm not going to tell you, do this, no problem. Do that, no problem. I will not do that. You have to build that affinity, that comfort with your body, and seek medical advice as necessary. I hope you don't mind this, because believe me, things can be very difficult for people who are in the public domain, who are sharing information about this. There are all kinds of energies, all kinds of powers, all kinds of lobbies, all kinds of vested interests, and they have their own games.
Oh,
I'm not saying you are doing that, you will do that, nothing of that sort. But we don't know who might become,
yeah.
an agent for whom. Who knows?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Rajesh ji,
Yes,
Jay from Bangalore.
yes.
And when we are releasing our belly, so how to make the breathing? It is like we are not focusing in taking any in breathe at all, and whatever comes naturally.
Yeah. So when you huff, you exhale as much as you've done and then stop. Don't do anything. Don't inhale anything. Relax your belly. That is all you have to do. Relax your belly means you let the belly go outwards, basically. Let it go outwards. You relax it, and you'll find that there is a little more air to throw out. And then again, wait, and then again. Each time you do this, you are, in a sense, squeezing newer parts of your lungs, newer parts of the body, and pushing out air from areas that you may not have done before. So when that air comes out, it brings with it, whatever may be in that part of the lungs. At least it starts stirring it. So it starts coming to the surface.
So it is when we are releasing that tummy, we are making it comfortable. Then the
Yeah.
automatically required oxygen will be inhaled. I mean,
No. You will not inhale. No, Jayji. No, Jayji. No. You will not inhale anything. You are only releasing your belly so that you have, like in the bellows, you can move. Like, otherwise, how do you get that movement otherwise? So you are releasing the belly not to inhale oxygen. You are not inhaling anything. You are allowing the blood to bring carbon dioxide into your lungs, but you are only using your belly as a bellow, like the Iron Smith does. Or when you play the harmonium, you have, that movement of, So that is what you are using your belly as, only to pump out air.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, anyone else? Anything else? So let's continue. Yeah, let's continue. Slow, deep breath in. And then out. Relaxed out. No pressure on the face, no pressure in the body. Stop. Repeat. Stop. Repeat. Stop. Repeat. Contort your face. Make funny faces.
Sir, could you please ask everybody to mute, please?
I'll do it. So please try to look ugly. Please don't try to look beautiful. Try not to look good. Just try to look uglier than you have ever looked. So contort your face. Let it access different parts of your lungs so that everything starts coming out from wherever there is anything stuck or collected over there. So once again, slow, deep breath in. Huff. So see, now I'm sticking my tongue out. Initially, I wasn't doing this. So sometimes you can do it. Don't have to do it always. Again. So when you do this, because of the movement of your tongue, you are creating a certain pressure, I would say, or a certain stress in the oral thing, in the nasopharyngeal area. And By doing this, you are just helping anything that may be stuck there to come out. That's basically what you're doing. Also, when you do this, for some reason, you are able to expel air from different parts of your lungs. Try it, you'll know it. Let your experience guide you rather than what I tell you. Observe your breath, observe your practice. That is more important than what anyone else says, guides, writes. You see what your body is telling you. You see how your breath is working. So now, again, this time when you do, as you do the huffing, as you do the expulsion of the air, you bring a gentle squeeze, as if from inside you are squeezing. Don't do the squeeze in the first huff. Do it in the second, third, or fourth, fifth huffs. Last 1 or 2 huffs. Let me put it this way. In the last 1 or 2 huffs, do a little squeeze inside. You can squeeze in the belly area. You can squeeze in the chest area. You can even squeeze in the shoulder area, that area gently. Just try the squeeze. See how it works. Give me some feedback, and then we'll bring a little more refinement into this. Slow, deep breath in. Be gentle with your squeezes. It's a new practice for you. Build it slowly, gently. And observe what's happening. If you wish, you can share anything that you have observed. Yes, I think somebody has something to say. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Actually, I have the swollen lungs. I mean, that's what doctor told me. Lungs are
Swollen.
bit swollen. Yeah. So the airways and everything, there is no space much of it. Yeah, it is congested. So in that case, when I'm doing this exercise, nothing comes out from the mouth. Everything is through the nasal passage only. So is that fine?
Yeah. See, as long as whatever is there is coming out, whether through
Mhm.
the throat or the nasal passage, should be okay. There should be no problem.
Okay.
But build the practice slowly. That's the only thing I'll tell you. Don't go the whole hog. Don't put too much pressure. You have enough time. See, this is a totally new thing for you. Build it slowly. Let your body become used to it. Observe, the effects on you. If there is any adverse effect, slow it for a while. Don't leave it. Don't leave it totally. Slow it for a while. Try it again after some time. There are so many conditions that, external, internal, that could be impacting or causing whatever seems like an adverse reaction. So we don't have to fall for that.
Okay.
What is good, we must hold on to that. But we must find the right way to do it. That is the only thing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So I wish you overcome whatever condition is there, and breathe better, because breathing better makes such a big difference in everything that we do in life, every single act of ours.
Yeah, because right now it's I mean the nose congestion is too much. I mean, I always have a runny nose. So more than the coughing and everything that I spit out, it's more through the nasal passage.
Right.
So it's since
So
long time.
yeah. So what we are doing now, this is the first part of the Shwaskosh Shuddhi Kriya. There are few more things that I'm going to show you. Two more basic breathing techniques, which I will show you over time. But for today, for now, I just want you to get used to this. Use it as effectively as you can.
Okay.
And then I'll show you something more that will help you tremendously with your nasal congestion, or the difficulty with the breath, etc. The cold cough, that sort of a thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I felt like vomiting after third.
I'm sorry, your voice is not coming very clearly.
Is it better now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like vomiting after third or fourth round. I did not vomit, but I got that feeling as if I'll get vomiting.
Yes.
So is anything wrong that I'm doing, or it's
No. In fact, yesterday there was a participant. I think I don't know whether she's here today or not, but she said the same thing, and then she said she actually went to vomit, but what came out was not the normal vomit stuff, but what came out was more phlegm. A lot of phlegm came out, and she was almost in tears because she was probably feeling so much better in terms of her breath and so on. She was almost in tears then. Divya ji, I think, was that you? Was that you? Yeah.
I was that. Vasanti,
Yes.
my name is.
Vasanti ji, sorry. Yeah. So please share your experience with this gentleman who was saying something just now.
I got the same vomiting feeling, and I went to the toilet, and a lot of phlegm came out. And today I can feel the breathing is deeper as compared to yesterday. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
So it's lighter. You're breathing lighter, easier.
Yeah. And today also I went. Today also little phlegm came out. Today also I vomited, feeling lighter. So it's a wonderful technique. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Yeah. So continue with this. Build it slowly over time. Yeah. The gentleman who was asking, is that okay now? Are you satisfied with the answer?
So I just wanted clarity that is it something very abnormal, but now I understand it's very normal. Thanks.
See, we're not doing anything that is going to hurt our body. We are breathing. We are just breathing in a new way. So, for example, if you're breathing in a certain way, or you have always been breathing in a certain way, and you go running, naturally your breath changes. Now, are you going to worry? My breath has changed. Am I going to be in some trouble? No, aisa nahi. Your body is capable of doing many different things. It's just that we don't push our body's limits. We don't even know what the limits are. We are so entrenched in our habit patterns, etc. We don't try something new. If we try something new, we are scared. So when I first discovered this technique, I also had fear in my mind because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know whether the squeeze would damage something inside and so on. So I was very watchful. And I continued watching. I saw that there was really no major adverse reaction. Chota mota kuch hota rehta hai. It's no big deal. There was no major thing. And I was able to expel a lot of phlegm. So then I perfected the technique and then started sharing it on Facebook and so on. Yeah, so please don't worry, but build it gently.
Thank you.
So I had a small question.
Yes, please.
So when do we have to inhale back? Like when we are done huffing properly, do we have to inhale back slowly because we go out of breath?
Yeah. So slow inhale is definitely better, but don't fight your body too much. If your body wants to pull that breath in a little faster, let it pull it in. Don't fight it.
Okay.
But as you continue doing it, your body will understand that there's no rush. You can breathe slowly, and it's not like the body will be stressed or strained or distressed or something. So you'll do fine.
All right, so thank you.
You're welcome. Is anybody else?
Rajeshji,
Yes.
one doubt I have.
Yes. Yes.
While I'm doing the practice, I'm also burping a lot. Like I have pitta my constitution is pitta. Then I've had COVID earlier, and after
long
that,
How long back?
that's about 6 months now.
Okay.
It's about 6 months now, and I was hospitalized. I've never had lung issues, though, and I never had great capacity. But after COVID, I find that I do have a bit of phlegm, and I have a wheeze. A perceptible, loud wheeze in the night. So now when I'm practicing this, I seem to get a little bit of phlegm, which, I never knew I had, number one. The second thing is I am burping a lot. So I don't know, I mean, with COVID, I had enormous gastritis, and even today, so I don't, I mean, do people get these things?
Okay. So see, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are three imbalances.
Yeah.
So any practice that is helping you release any of these blockages, in a sense, if there is if there is a buildup of something that needs to be let go, right?
Yeah.
So if it is helping you with that, there should be no problem.
Okay.
You should be glad.
Burping, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, please. Anyone else? Anything? So let's continue. One more time. Slow, deep breath in. And a half. Stop. Repeat. Stop. Repeat. Stop. Bring the squeeze. Contort your face. Stick out your tongue. Squeeze. I'm sorry. Yeah. So today even I'm producing a lot of phlegm. It'll
Namaste,
come
sir.
down.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
So this is Preetu Kado.
Yes.
Actually, today only I feel better. Yesterday I did it wrong actually. Now I got an idea. So I have one doubt. So without inhaling, even I can release my stomach very relaxedly. I'm not disturbing myself. But after second half, I started feeling like something is closing from here.
So probably some phlegm.
Something is closing from here.
Do this.
Okay, no, when I'm practicing. So after second, third half, I can't making any sound. So is that right way?
After second, third half, you cannot make any sound.
Half sound. I can't.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you don't.
Okay.
If you're not making the sound.
It started closing from here. Something is closing from here. It's increasing, but I'm not disturbing. I'm not feeling any irritation.
There is no discomfort or anything of that sort.
Nothing.
Yeah, but then go slow. Go slowly. Let your mind understand what is happening. Let it become confident that there is no adverse thing happening. Then you can try a little more.
Yeah. No, actually, now I'm getting half. Yesterday I thought I don't have cold, so that I'm not getting.
That's it.
But
So you do
now
this.
I'm getting. You know.
Out. Thank you. Logi log. I'm from Malaysia. I have issues on timing. Now here we are working on this time. Can I get the recorded session? I had requested earlier in WhatsApp, but no replies. I don't know who you requested this to, but the recordings will be shared after some time. They will not be shared daily, because if I share them daily, some participants might feel I'll do it later, but later doesn't happen. Either you do it or you don't. Sometimes people think they'll be able to watch the video and do it. It's not the same thing. The energy is not the same, but so they lose the practice, and the clarity that comes from a live session, people there asking questions, clearing doubts, that doesn't happen. So we will share it after the end of the program. I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry. Yeah, anyone else?
Yeah, Rajesh, during
Yes,
this
please.
process, the belly should be, sometimes the belly should feel like it is getting tucked to the
A little
backbone.
louder, Jayji. I can't hear you.
Okay, is it okay now?
A little better, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So while doing this puff sound, huffing, my belly, that belly needs to be tucked into the backbone side, or it is like the ear something is in between.
No, I'm sorry. Your voice broke again in, while you were saying whatever you were saying. Maybe you can hold the microphone nearer your mouth.
Yeah. Is it okay? Is it,
Not very okay, but a little better.
okay, let me try. If you
Yeah, it's a little better now. A little better now.
Yeah. So while doing the half sound, the belly looks like it is going to be tugged into the backbone. So is it is normal, or there should be some layer?
No, you don't need to put so much pressure. Go easy. Build it slowly. Like I've been saying, take it easy. You don't have to accomplish it all in one day. Get familiar with the technique. Let your body become familiar with the technique. Let it start showing some results, and then push the boundaries. Do not push the boundaries from day one. If you start pushing boundaries from day one, something is going to hurt, something is going to rebel, something is going to oppose, resist. So build it slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, please, slow, deep breath in. And out. Out from the lowest portion. Squeeze. Yeah, so are you able to do the squeeze reasonably well, everyone here? Can you answer me, please?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So now,
Sir, I want to tell something.
Ji.
I'm Ranjana. Sir, yesterday I did, but nothing will happen. Today is 2-3 times I did, is flames come out, but I have dry cough problem. Not regularly. When I talk and suddenly I feel the itching my throat and dry cough. So it's very helpful.
See, clearing your lungs, cleansing your lungs is obviously going to help you. But as far as the dry cough is concerned, it could be because you are either a very Vat kind of person.
Yeah.
Vata Pitta kind of person.
Yeah, Vata.
So there is more of that, so you get that. Okay. So I have a program which is still, not fully what shall we say, not fully developed, but it's about dosha balancing. Okay. For the moment, I'm focusing more on kapha dosh balancing because I've had this problem. However, in the days to come, I'm going to share something more. But for now, I'm not going to comment too much on that.
No.
Yadi, if you find that there is a little bit of dryness, have a sip of warm water.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Rajesh, how much is throughout the day? How many times or how much is too much for doing this activity?
No. अभी तो आप शुरू में सुबह करते हैं ना. You're doing it like we're here for an hour. You do it maybe 5-10 times, 15 times. So this is number one. इसको कर लीजिए. If you really want, try it again in the evening. If you feel that there is a lot of congestion and you need to throw out a lot of phlegm, then you can try it again in the evening. Don't go hyper with it. Don't go overboard with it. Build up the practice slowly. then शाम को 4-5 बार कर लीजिए and leave it. 2-3 दिन ऐसे कर लीजिए, and then when your body is responding well, you can add to it.
Okay. मतलब एक बार में 4 से 5 बार किया तो it will be normal.
For now, that should be enough. Yeah. For now, you don't have to push too much. Build it slowly, like I keep saying. If you do 4-5 times, today is your second day, I hope. So if it is second day, your body has not given you any signals, any distress or anything of that sort, then maybe build it to 7 times, 8 times, 10 times. But do it gently. Go gentle. Listen to your body. Be friendly to your body. Be good to your body. But observe.
Thank you.
After practice drinking water, if you're drinking a little bit of warm water, you know, a sip of warm water, there should be no problem. But if you drink cold water, maybe there'll be a little bit of an issue. So little warm water, no problem.
Sir, how do you suggest that Kapha people should be drinking more water or less water, because they are more on water already?
No. Kapha people, whether even if they are more on water, you do need enough water. 70% of the body is water. So you need that constant supply of water. The problem is not the water that we drink. The problem is with the imbalance in the tattva. For the imbalance in the tattva, I'm going to share just a breathing technique which is going to balance things out. But I'm going to share that in a different program. In our program, as we go deeper, I'll share some basics about it, but we won't go very deep into it so that you can start benefiting from it. But no, you must drink water. You must not reduce the water that you drink. Change instead, you know, the kind of food that may cause more of the kapha problem. For example, I used to find that drinking coconut water used to increase my kapha. Drinking milk or curd, you know, yogurt, etc., that used to increase my kapha. Having curd, especially in the evenings, used to make it pretty bad. So, you know, you observe what is causing a little more adverse impact on you. Change it a little. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So these diets you share in your other program?
The diet, I know I don't share any diet. I just share my thoughts, yeah,
okay,
on what you can avoid or what you should avoid and so on. Okay, so I did want to tell you something more today, but I think we are out of time. It's almost 7. So we'll do our 3 ohms, and then if anybody has anything to say, we'll take that. And then in our session tomorrow, I'm going to take you deeper into this breath, and I'm going to share one more breathing breath work technique with you. So for now, please close your eyes, take a slow deep breath, and do our 3 ohms. As you do these ohms, over time, as your nadis, sushumna start becoming activated, your nadis are clearer, you will actually begin to feel vibrations, and that's a very good thing. So I've shared a Google form. I've said it before also, I'm saying it again. I've shared a Google form in the chat window. Please fill it and I'll contact you. If you have any queries about your breath or the kind of breath work that you wish to do, please mention it there, and then we'll continue with that in time. I'll connect with you first, and then we'll take it from there. Anyone, any question, anything to say? Or we can wind up for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Yeah. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
राजेश जी
जी
कल के लिए यही लिंक चलेगा ना? ये आप रोज रोज
हाँ जी।
हर बार पूछता है कि आपका एंटर मीटिंग कोड, तो वही 1 2 3 4 5 कर दें।
हाँ, वो पास कोड इज 1 2 3 4 5 6।
अच्छा,
That
मतलब
is the
रोज
passcode.
आप एक अलग लिंक भेजेंगे कि वही
नहीं,
पुराना
नहीं,
वाला
नहीं।
चले?
नहीं, वही पुराना वाला चलेगा। पहला ओरिजिनल वाला जो लिंक था उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम आया था, सम पीपल वर नॉट एबल टू एक्सेस द मीटिंग।
हाँ वही
तो उसके लिए
आज आपने जो भेजा है,
एस व्यासा ने एक और नया लिंक भेजा है, तो यूज दैट वन, दैट विल बी परफेक्ट, दैट इज इनफ। उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं चाहिए। ये जा रहा नहीं है, पता नहीं क्यों फॉर्म। डॉली, कैन यू सेंड दैट फॉर्म?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So please fill up that form and have a beautiful day.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
No.